I mean, I was told by my film professor, there are films and there are movies. And sometimes you've got to know what you're walking into.
Yeah. See, but I come from a time when movies were films.
Okay, another month of films for the guy who has no life and watches films almost every single day to fill up time. I'm still on the goal here of 365 movies for a single year, which is something that is, a challenge, but this month I've made pretty good progress. In August, we watched 34 films, which is good. It's better. I would rather, like I said, go higher since we're really behind here. I think we're behind 15 films, but still, it's a pretty fun little game I'm playing here, which I'm, trying to catch up on. But I think the goal is still attainable. We're still on track, making pretty good pacing. Right now, as of this recording, I'm sitting at about 234 films on the year, which is pretty good. I'm still chasing 365, but we're making steady progress. We still have about 4 months left. We're going into September, which is really good. So it's fall, it's Christmas time as well as Halloween. So I'm happy for it. It's fun. And I'm just going to keep on with the path here and stay committed. As always, I'll just go through everything that I watched for this month with a little quick review for it, I guess. If you want to follow along on Letterboxd, you can. If you don't want to follow along on Letterboxd, then, whatever. I don't really care, I guess. But 34 films for the month of August. It was a pretty good month. A lot of good quality things in here. I gave about, I think, 2 or 3 5 stars for the entire month, which is very good. And overall, hey, really good quality. I, watched a lot of good ones in here, a lot of stinkers as well. So I'll start going through them. Okay, starting on the first of the month, I like to go through a strong start for the month here. And one that's been on my watch list for a pretty long time here is The Whale from 2022. This one stars Brendan Fraser, won an Oscar for it. He definitely deserved it. I love Brendan Fraser. His story is just very, very inspiring, and it's very incredible. I love it. And then after that, the next day after that, August the 2nd, I watched Carrie from 1976 from Michael Mann. I've never seen it before. I'm not a big horror fan, so I'm trying to just, fill out the boxes for what makes me a good horror fan, a good guy to have a good say in the horror genre. So making my way through that slowly. Carrie's good. It's classic. It's iconic. I'm still more of a fan of The Shining and also The Exorcist. But, this one, it's fun. It's cool. Then after that, I really wanted to go through the 2013 remake for Carrie, which I did, which stars Chloe Grace Moretz, which is very good. Not the movie's very good. I love the actress, but not her. I mean, in the movie, it's bad. Carrie, 2013, don't watch it. It's not worth it. It's not good. It's as bad as you think it would be, so don't even bother. But what made up for it is that I watched Trap from M. Night Shyamalan. Trap is really good. It's really fun. It's one of the best of the decade, maybe his best film ever. It's good. It's a great movie. Very fun time with it. Overall, great screenplay. And I'm definitely now seeing why the M. Night Shyamalan cult is in love with him. His films maybe aren't the best in the world, but I gave it 9 out of 10. Does it deserve a 9 out of 10? Probably not, but I still love it. I still really do love it. If it's in theaters still, I'm not sure if it is right now, but if it is, go see Trap. It may not get any Oscar buzz, but still, it's worth it. A couple of days later, I rewatched the Simpsons movie. I've definitely seen the Simpsons movie at least 10 times in my entire life. And, the film isn't that good, but it has a lot of nostalgia for me. I'm not even that big fan of the Simpsons show exactly, but the movie, it's great. It's fun. I love it. That same day, I watched Rustin, which stars Coleman Domingo. I really want to go see Sing Sing. It's a new film from A24 that's getting a lot of great buzz right now, but it's not in any theater near me. That's in a remote distance, I guess. So I had to watch Rustin instead. This came out last year. It's not as good as Sing Sing from what I've heard, but still, Rustin was a fun little biopic. It's not as good as it can be, I don't think, but still, it's a great story, great acting, overall, pretty good directing and cinematography, so I respect it. But if you can, go watch Sing Sing. I haven't seen it myself, but I bet it's better than Rustin. Then that next day, I watched Over the Hedge again for the 4th time this year. I think 4th time this year I watched Over the Hedge. And Over the Hedge, I think I've talked about it enough here without even talking about it in its own episode. So Over the Hedge, it's great. It's incredible. I love it. Did I cry to it this time? I don't think I did. But, oh no, I did cry to it. Never mind. I see the little flag there I gave it. So I cried to it because it's just that beautiful and it's that incredible. And I want to watch it again already. Watched it 5 times in a single year already without the year even being over. I can't wait for it. Then the next day I watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It's very good, very underrated. Well, no, not underrated, properly rated, but still, it's incredible. Great animation, great story, a very good story about just, overcoming fear. And also it's a very good character study with a lot of really good themes. I love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Definitely a pleasant surprise for me. When I first saw the trailer for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I didn't really care at all. Thought it was going to be trash. But then, obviously, it came out, got a lot of good buzz and hype around it. So, proved me wrong once again for just this movie being very, very good. Great animation, great villains, all around a well-rounded, really good film. Then a couple days later, I watched Alien from 1979 from the one, the only Ridley Scott. This is the start of my Romulus prep, and I already did a full episode on Alien Romulus as well as all these Alien films in their own little ranking. But yeah, Alien 1979, it's the best Alien film, no doubt. It just is really incredible, an absolute classic, and I love it. And then on August the 11th, I watched The Other Guys from 2010. This one isn't as good as I thought it was. I mean, I gave it 7 out of 10. Thought it would be higher, but still, regardless, this is a great comedy. Incredible. Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, incredible duo. As well as this movie being directed by someone who I don't even exactly love, but Adam McKay, he is slowly growing onto my maybe top 50 directors of all time list. So yeah, I respect him. Love the movie. It's not as good as his other ones, but still, it's a fun one. Then that same day, I watched Aliens from the one, the only, the incredible James Cameron. This one is definitely one of the best action sci-fi films ever made, and it's incredible. Can't say enough about it. It's really that good. Aliens is like Helldivers, but in a movie, so very stressful, a lot of action, a lot of guns, and just overall a lot of PTSD, like in Helldivers too. So, I love it. Aliens is fun. I want to watch it again because it's really that good. Then the next day, on the 12th, I watched Alien Cubed. Alien Cubed is the, follow-up to Aliens, and this is definitely a disgrace to the franchise. Should have never been made. It's terrible. It's awful. I don't want to watch it again because it's really that bad. Then on next day, the 13th, I watched Meet the Robinsons. This movie is really incredible. Made me cry because it is just that good. It's definitely, I think, to the point where it's so underrated that it's definitely properly rated at this point. 2007, this is definitely a staple from my childhood. Great scripts, well, maybe not great animation, but just the script itself, the story, the meshes of themes. It's great. It's perfect. It's all around what I want out of any movie, and it does it perfectly. And also that same day, on the 13th, I watched Alien Resurrection. This movie isn't as good as Alien 3, but it's kind of somewhat good. This whole franchise is kind of inconsistent at times, but these two, with Alien 3 to Alien Resurrection, neither of these films are exactly good or bad, but, Resurrection, it's a little bit better. So I give it some props. And then the next couple of days, I watched Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Both these movies are very, very good. I think that this whole prequel trilogy should have never been canceled. They should have kept going with them because really Prometheus is really cool and interesting. Then Covenant really finds a way to stand on its own for being its own film. Covenant to Prometheus, Covenant definitely a little bit worse, but still, Covenant is still in its own way very cool, super interesting. It's really its own thing with its own fit and mold to the franchise, which is very good. So yeah, if you watch any of these Alien movies, start with Prometheus, then to Alien Covenant first, because those are just the two best ones out there. Then on the 17th, I went ahead and watched Casablanca again for the first time in a while. And, despite it coming out in 1942, very long time ago, this film does stand the test of time, and it's definitely really, really good. The screenplay is incredible. The soundtrack, the acting, everything as a whole is very good. A timeless classic masterpiece that I can't get enough of. And then on August the 18th, I watched Alien Romulus. Once again, did its own review down there below. I'll maybe leave there if you can go listen to. But Alien Romulus was a very fun watch for me. It was very, very cool. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but still, I'm definitely pleasantly surprised, I guess, but also I'm happy as a fan of the franchise that they didn't do anything exactly terrible like Alien 3, but still, it had potential, I think, to be a little bit better, but really the overall quality of the movie, CGI, the visual effects, all of the, cinematography for the film as well is very good, so I have to give it props there. Could have been better, but still, it was really good. And then that same exact day after Alien Romulus, came home, put on Toy Story. Why not? I mean, Toy Story, really just a timeless classic, and I love it. I mean, Toy Story definitely isn't the best Pixar film. That goes to Ratatouille. But, after even 1995, all these years later, it still holds up. I mean, CGI for the animation isn't as good as I look back on it, but still, it's a good time. Great movie, really kind of vanilla and doesn't really tap into what it really can, but still good nonetheless. Then on August the 19th, I watched two films, I guess. I watched The Worst Person in the World from 2021. This one got a lot of buzz and hype around it that I've heard in the, film community. And yeah, it's good. It's not exactly as good as I think it would be. I mean, I'm not a girl, so I think that's maybe what this film's more geared towards. I'm not saying guys can't like the film, but it's just not for me, which is okay. I still respect the film. It's still really good. This is also a foreign film, so I have to be really snobby sometimes about my foreign films. So yeah, it's very good. I definitely recommend it. Cool little coming of age story with, growing up in your 20s. So yeah, very cool, very good, but not as good as the next film I watched was Little Women from Greta Gerwig. Give it 5 stars. It's incredible. It's perfect. I really wouldn't change anything about it because it's just that good. I mean, Little Women speaks for itself. Go see it. It's incredible. masterpiece, 5 out of 5. Didn't think it was before, but just after rewatching it, it's 5 out of 5. It's perfect. And then the next day, I watched Priscilla from 2023. This film is from last year, and it is still really good, but I do think it could be better. I think for the story of Priscilla and also Elvis, it is really cool seeing these two films from Elvis from 2022 to Priscilla from last year. Both those films still have a very interesting dichotomy, but after rewatching it, the film still hasn't gotten any better for me. My critiques still say the same. I did a review for this a long time ago, but still stays the same, still holds up, that the film just is really good, but can be a lot better. I love my Sofia Coppola, but still, I think she could have done better. Okay, then on August the 22nd, I went ahead and rewatched How to Train Your Dragon 2. I've seen this film a lot growing up, and even after rewatching it, it does still hold up. It isn't as good as the first movie, but it still is really good. I also did a full review for this one that we dropped last week, which was, I think, a pretty good episode, so you can go listen to my full thoughts there. But How to Train Your Dragon 2, I do still love it. I can't wait to watch How to Train Your Dragon 3. Then on the 23rd, I went ahead and rewatched the masterpiece, The Social Network, gave it 5 stars, 2010. This film just really is 5 stars. It's perfect. Dare I say the best screenplay ever written? Probably. Then that same day, the 23rd, I watched Toy Story again for the second time. I was just kind of bored, and I also wanted to do an episode on this one, so I had to, fill out some notes a little bit. But yeah, still really good, still very fun. Like I said, vanilla, but it can be better, but it's not Ratatouille. Then on the 24th, I went ahead and watched Beetlejuice. Never seen it before, first time watch for me. And Beetlejuice is good, but I was a little bit underwhelmed. I mean, I hear this film being hyped up a lot around, I guess, everywhere. And, Beetlejuice is okay. It's not exactly bad. It's a classic, but I can't say that I wasn't expecting a little bit more. I mean, just that, Michael Keaton, incredible actor, great performance, but he's not in the film that long at all. I mean, since he is the main character of the film, his name is literally the movie. I thought he'd be in the film like a good chunk of it, but he's not, which is a little bit disappointing. It's like if I went to a Drake concert and Drake came out and performed like one song. Yeah, I'd be a little bit upset. Then the next day, I watched Le Samurai, which is a French film from 1967, and this one is a very cool little neo-noir assassin movie. It's fun. It's incredible. I'm not going to spoil it, but, it's a classic. It's a great one. Gave it 9 out of 10. If I watch it again, may go 10 out of 10. And then that same day, I watched the Damien Chazelle movie that no one really knows about, First Man, from 2018. This is the Neil Armstrong biopic. I actually have the book for this film as well, with the same title, First Man. And First Man is great. It's really good. I think that really people need to watch this film a little bit more. If you love Ryan Gosling, if you love La La Land, then watch this one too, because it's just really, really good. I actually just took a little bit of a gamble. I bought this film on 4K last year in 2023, October kinda. And I bought the movie because it was $10 on 4K, so why not? And it was great. I mean, this was a blind buy for me. I didn't know if it was gonna be really good, but yes, this film is very, very good. I haven't seen all of the big biopics out there, but I do think this one is definitely one of the best biopics ever made. Maybe a little bit premature, but the film really is that good. So go watch First Man 2018. It's definitely one that's worth your watch. Then on the 26th, I rewatched the first How to Train Your Dragon movie. This one still holds up. It's incredible. It might be 10 out of 10 if I watch it again, but How to Train Your Dragon 2010, I can't say enough about it. Then on the 27th, I watched Inside Llewyn Davis again for the second time this year. And Inside Llewyn Davis from the Coen Brothers also stars the one, the only, what's his name, I'm forgetting it, Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac's great in this movie, incredible. And, I just want to watch it again. I'm not even a big folk music genre guy, but I might be after this film. And then for our last 3 films here, 3 bangers that are all very different from themselves. We have Mean Girls from 2004. I love Mean Girls. It was a first time watch for me. This is my new personality, and I love it. Then I watched Knives Out from 2019 from Rian Johnson on the 29th. And Knives Out is really good. At one point in my life, I actually thought that Knives Out was a 5 out of 5 movie. After rewatching it, definitely not the case. But, Knives Out is still very good. Still a 9 out of 10, not a 5 out of 5 like I used to think before. But still, Rian Johnson, Benoit Blanc, it's incredible. I can't wait to see what they do with the third movie. But, from the second one that they did, it wasn't that good. The first one still remains the best movie. But I think with the third one, they may cook up a little bit. And then for my final watch of the year, I rewatched Oppenheimer finally. I just watched it an hour ago, and I gave it 5 out of 5 because Oppenheimer, really even at home on my 4K TV with the 4K disc in my player, it's still really good. The film is definitely very good. It's too much to even talk about. The film is 3 movies split and then merged together into one glorious 3-hour masterpiece, and it's still 5 out of 5. It's incredible. If you haven't seen Oppenheimer, I'm not sure what you're doing. You need to watch it right now. And just like that, that ends it for August for me. For the month of August 2024, we watched 34 movies. That was pretty good. I think we definitely can watch a little bit more next month. I'm still like behind like 10 films here, but I'm trying to make steady pace to get back on track. But hey, enough about me. I want to know what you watched in August of 2024. Probably a lot better than me, probably a lot more better films than me, and a lot more movies in general than me. So I want to hear what you have to say. We have the little fan mail thing down there in the show notes there. You can go click on that to send us a little bit of fan mail. Also, if you're on Spotify, we'll have a little thing there too for you to respond to, which is really cool. Right now for 2024, I'm sitting at 234 films. I'm definitely, doing a lot better than most right now, but still, I think it can be doing a lot better. So 365 films is definitely a little bit of a long goal right now, but still very attainable, very possible. If you want to stay up to date with everything that we do on the show, we're down there in Instagram and X and also Threads, I guess, and TikTok. A lot of dead platforms there, but still, I'm active when I feel like it on there. If you want to stay up to date with everything, then you can turn on post notifications. If you want to support the show, not even with money, you can just leave us a review. That helps out a lot. Keeps the lights on, keeps the fridge full. And then, hey, stay swagged out, stay cool, watch more movies like every single day. A film a day is very good for anyone. And until the next time I talk to you, I'll see you guys in the movie.